In this video, we will learn how Japanese grow their food like vegetables, fruits, herbs, and spices without even owning a land. So, cafe open. Really, open or closed? Hello! Welcome to Japan! I can easily visit Japan because I have a family living there. My father's sister is the aunt whom I live with for more than 5 years since I was in high school. She married a Japanese and her daughter is my closest cousin. We lived together when they migrated in the Philippines, and now that they are back to Japan, I visit them once in a while. I told my cousin that one of my goals while I'm in Japan is to visit a farm because I want to learn something from them and apply it in our farm in the Philippines. And for sure, you guys will also learn from it. We finally arrive at our destination. Have you ever said, I want to grow my own food, but I don't have land? Maybe you live in the city, maybe land is too expensive, maybe you're renting a house, or maybe you think farming is only for people with hectares of property. Well, today I'm here in Japan, and what I discovered completely changed the way I think about farming because Japanese people are growing vegetables without owning the land. That is right. They simply rent a small piece of land and turn it into a productive food garden. So they have a specific area here in Japan where you can rent a portion and grow your own food. And honestly, I think this is one of the biggest lessons Filipinos can learn. So, join me as I visit one of these amazing community gardens with my cousin, and let's discover how ordinary people in Japan are producing their own food even when they don't own a farm. And wait until you see the planting technique they use that many Filipinos have forgotten because this method can increase harvest naturally while reducing pests. So, let's go. So this is the garden area where local Japanese residents rent small plots of land. And when I first visited, I was expecting a commercial farm, but that's not what I saw. Instead, I saw ordinary people. They look like they just came from their work, and then some of them looks like this is just a hobby. They look like an office workers, retirees, and families Just those people who simply wanted to grow their own vegetables. Each person rents a small section and takes care of it themselves. Some plots were small, some were bigger, but what amazed me was how productive every square meter was. There was almost no wasted space. Every corner was growing something useful, and immediately I started thinking about the Philippines because many Filipinos believe that farming requires a huge amount of land, but what I saw here proved otherwise. The Japanese are showing that food production isn't always about having more land, it's about using the land wisely. Let's be honest, the Philippines is blessed with fertile soil. We have sunlight almost all year round. We have rainfall. We have a tropical climate. Many crops grow naturally in our country. Yet, despite all these blessings, many families rely entirely on buying food. Meanwhile, here in Japan, has far less agricultural land per person, yet many Japanese families still find ways to grow vegetables. Why? Because they don't wait for the perfect opportunity. They start with what is available. Imagine if every Filipino family grew even a small portion of their vegetables. Not all, just a few, like tomatoes, eggplants, pechay, kangkong, okra, chili, some herbs. The savings would add up over time. And more importantly, people will become less dependent on rising food prices. Food security doesn't start at a national level, it starts in our own backyard, even if that backyard is small. One thing that really caught my attention was how the vegetables were arranged. I didn't see large areas planted with only one crop. Instead, different plants were growing together. This is called companion planting, and it is something many natural farmers around the world use. For example, some plants help repel insects, others improve soil health, some provide shade, and then others attract beneficial insects. Instead of fighting nature, they work with nature. When I looked around the garden, I could see how diverse the plots were. Different vegetables growing side by side, different heights, different root systems, different growth habits, and this diversity creates a healthier ecosystem. Think about a forest. A forest doesn't grow only one species. Nature loves diversity, and companion planting copies the natural system. The result? Better soil, better pest control, better use of space, and often better harvest. This is actually a lesson many of us can apply whether we have a large farm or just a small backyard. Let us ask ourselves why growing food matters more than ever. Because food prices continue to rise around the world and supply chains can be disrupted. Natural disaster can happen, economic problems happen, but one skill remains valuable no matter what happens: the ability to grow food. The Japanese understand this very well. That's why many people continue gardening even if they can easily buy vegetables from the store. It's not only about saving money, it's about self reliance. It's about knowing where your food comes from. It's about having the confidence that you can produce something with your own hands. And honestly, there is something deeply satisfying about harvesting food that you planted yourself. No supermarket can replace that feeling. As I walked through these rented gardens with my cousin, I realized something important. The biggest obstacle to growing food is usually not land, it's mindset. Many people are waiting for the perfect farm, the perfect property, the perfect opportunity, but the Japanese gardeners I saw today didn't wait. They simply started, they rented a small plot, They planted vegetables and they learned along the way. And over time, those small gardens became productive sources of food. So if you're watching this right now, I want to challenge you, don't focus on what you don't have, focus on what you do have. A small backyard, a few containers, a vacant corner, a rented space. Start somewhere. Start small, learn, and improve. Before you know it, you'll be harvesting food that you grew yourself. The Japanese have shown us that you don't need to own land to start growing food. The real question is, what's stopping you in starting to grow your own food? One thing I noticed in Japan is that many gardeners don't try to control every aspect of nature. Instead, they design their gardens so plants help each other. That's a lesson many of us can apply immediately. The goal isn't to fight nature, it's to partner with it. Long term thinking is one thing Japan does very well. Many of these gardens weren't created for quick profits. They're maintained year after year, season after season, generation after generation. Meanwhile, many people today want instant result. Plant today, harvest tomorrow, get rich next month. Agriculture doesn't work that way. Farming rewards patience. The people growing these gardens understand that. They are investing in future harvests, not just today's harvest. Something else I noticed was how these garden areas created a sense of community. People shared knowledge, people exchanged advice, people help each other, and that's important. No farmer succeeds completely alone. One of the biggest advantages we have in the Philippines is our strong communities. Imagine if neighbors shared seeds, shared compost, shared farming knowledge, shared experiences. We could dramatically improve food production at the local level. Now, let's talk about something that really stood out to me. I hardly saw any chickens. If you will look around here, I have seen no chickens here. Back in the Philippines, especially in rural areas, it's normal to see chickens everywhere. Native chickens, broilers, layers, free range chickens. They're part of everyday life. But here, I have not seen any chickens. And it made me appreciate something we often take for granted. The Philippines has incredible potential for integrated farming. We can combine crops, chickens, pigs, fruit trees, composting systems, and natural farming methods. Many countries would love to have the resources we already have. The challenge isn't resources, the challenge is using them wisely. After visiting this Japanese garden, I came away with one major realization. Japan may be richer than the Philippines. Japan may have better infrastructure. Japan may have more technology. But when it comes to farming, the most important lessons are surprisingly simple. Value food. Use your space wisely. Stay organized. Think long term. Build community. And never underestimate the power of growing your own food. As Filipinos, we are blessed with fertile land, tropical weather, and the ability to grow food almost year round. Imagine what could happen if more of us embrace farming and gardening. Maybe the future of food isn't about having more land. Maybe it's about making better use of the land we already have. Maybe next visit we can arrange visiting a chicken farm here in Japan. But for now, this is what I can show you. A land rented by Japanese people to grow their own food, and they are practicing companion planting. If you enjoyed this video and want more farming lessons from around the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who says they can't grow food because they don't own land. After today, we know that's no longer a valid excuse. So see you in the next video.